All right. All right. So we begin now. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yes, I think we are live and we are on air. So how is everyone doing today? Yeah, everything is great. So, dear traders, welcome. It's our weekly Monday seminar or webinar or stream or a trading session. So it doesn't really matter how you call this, but here we are. And we have a lot of exciting news finally coming out from the markets, and something that I've been talking about for the past few weeks. And when was that? Yeah, so last Monday we're trading here somewhere around 71 to 70,000, and then the price dropped the next day on Tuesday. And yet the price managed to rise from 65 towards 72. So this drop here was a long-awaited drop because basically so right now, as I can see, the price rose from 25,000, even from 20,000, without any major pullbacks. So this is the so-called long-awaited dip that needed to happen. And also during such corrections, big players, the so-called big players, they accumulate more positions because they don't want to buy. They don't want to be, like building up their positions while the price is going upwards. Like for example, here they don't want to buy aggressively here because they know that pretty much the stronger they push the buy button, the faster the price will grow and the less profits they will make. So eventually, when they like to buy is usually on such candlesticks, so such candlesticks when prices drop. So like exactly like this one. So we have this drop, we have this correction, we have this correction. So during every red day, during all these red phases, big traders, they accumulate more and more positions. And so what we are observing right now, what we are seeing right now in front of our eyes, what we can see here is the ultra classic pattern that can be found in all the trading books that you can find, and it's called a triangle, or it also goes by the so-called name a wedge. And this wedge, when it happens on the upwards channel, on the upwards corridor, so usually the size of this further growth equals to the previous trend from kind of here towards the middle. So I would say approximately 15,000. So given this classic pattern, unless something extreme happens, I assume that forecast, that's my own forecast, all right? Obviously, it's just a forecast. Some people forecast that Bitcoin will drop to 50,000. Others are forecasting that it will rise to 1 million. So my realistic, more or less, I assume realistic forecast is that the next price target right now is 85,000. So this is my forecast. And so what about you guys? What do you think will happen in the next few weeks? Also, we also need to take into consideration the following thing, that Bitcoin halving is, when is it? When is Bitcoin halving? Countdown, Bitcoin halving countdown. So I will show you in a brief moment. Well, here it is. It's right in it's due to happen in 10.5 days, so basically in 10 days, around the 18th of April or maybe the 19th of April. And usually halving is this. So I will not really go into much detail because in order to explain halving in detail, I might need some presentation, I need to show you some materials, but you can always, find some materials on YouTube, or find this in Wikipedia, or in in various sources. It's can easily be found online, etc. Now, the story is this: this is a major growth factor, and this is exactly what is driving prices upwards now. So it's all this interest that Bitcoin currently holds. So there's a lot of, as I said, there is a lot of interest, and this is what is pushing prices right now, pushing upwards, and we might see another trend, as I said, towards 70, and then towards 80,000. Now, obviously, we need to break above this current high of 73.5 thousand, 73.5 thousand K, and when we look at, yes, we are a little bit overbought on the RSI indicator, so that is a little bit of that is a little factor on concern, in my opinion, because if this current push towards, well, I mean, we are like less than 1,500 away from the all-time high, from the current all-time high, and we can see a quick drop, quick raise. But if it doesn't happen, then we might see this false breakout and price will drop. But as of now, I think all the odds are in the favor of further growth, because still I see a lot of, on the forums and on the media, it seems that people are quite excited about the current bull market, but it seems that not everyone has joined this festival, this theory just yet, and I think this is a good. This might be a good confirmation that that eventually prices can move even further up, and we might see another like short sell covering here if the price breaks above. And as I said, 85 we can do easily, because it is less than 20% away from the current levels. And now when we are talking about these numbers, I mean, like plus 20%, like minus 30%, minus 20%, these are all very realistic numbers. All right. Now, another very interesting thing that I would like to mention is Ethereum, because as I say, Ethereum today is growing much faster than Bitcoin, right? It's growing by somewhat, is it like 7%? It's up 7%, right? And Bitcoin at the same time it's up 4.5%. So as you can see, Ethereum is growing at a much faster pace, and once again other altcoins and the so-called the so-called altcoin season is right here, it's right with us. So it's not surprised that, for example, Bitcoin Cash and Binance, I think Binance Coin is also on the rise. So all these currencies are on the rise, cryptocurrencies are on the rise, because everything is growing. So this is the market leader, and it pulls other cryptocurrencies with it. All right. Right. So I don't see that many questions in chat, so in our chat, so please do write something so that we can discuss something. Here is our crash index. It's back. Currently it has the multiplier of 500. It's a little bit aggressive in my opinion, so I prefer more conservative trading. But at the same time, if you feel like this is a little bit aggressive, then you can always use smaller amounts, like $1, maybe $10. It's not a big amount, and at the same time your potential short stop loss is relatively small, but you can do multiple entries, and once you are lucky enough to enter the right at the right point, then basically you can, like, with one red candlestick, it covers the size of the previous 4 green candlesticks. So it's a very good it's a very good tool, it's a very good instrument, and you can really build your trading strategy upon it. All right. Do fixed time trades, please. So today's topic is so we are just talking about markets, right? We are not talking so much about we are not talking about right, so much fixed time trades. I'm talking about markets in general, and I also pay a big deal of attention to forex trades, and I share my trading ideas. But every Wednesday and Friday on this channel, we do conduct trading sessions in in English here on this channel, and we also have webinars every Tuesday and Thursday in Hindi, Arabic, Spanish, Portuguese, Thai, and Indonesian, and we do a lot of live events, live streams. So please do check our schedule with this channel, and trust me, you will not be disappointed by our speakers, our wonderful and talented analysts and traders, and they will be happy to share trading strategies and trading trading strategies and other interesting aspects of trading with you guys. So talking about we've done talking about fixed time trades. So let's talk about other interesting ideas. So Brent. So as you can see, I'm holding 3 positions which I opened at $85. I told you about this wonderful breakout pattern, I think, last week, and I mean, I've been talking about Brent for a long time. So Brent is quite interesting in this regard because, oops, not Brent but line. Wanted to type line and then I said Brent. So here it is, $84. So that was the previous high, and so the price couldn't break above this 83, 84 mark for almost, well, since last November, and we were even dropping in the middle of December towards almost $70 per barrel, and then we had this long, extremely long accumulation phase for almost a month. The price was trading here in this very narrow range, and then we managed to break above. So given all the fundamental uncertainty in the Middle East and in some other parts of the world, and this all led to the price pretty much growing by 7%, which is for Brent oil is quite high given its current relatively low volatility profile. So during at times when there is a lot of volatility, that's one thing, but then when I look, and when we all look at this chart, we can see that basically, yeah, there isn't much volatility happening with this asset since recently, but except maybe the last few weeks when finally we got some action going. And as you can see, yes, we are a little bit overbought here, above 70. We are trading above 70 here. Yeah, that's, I think my projection is that we are very likely to see even further highs because, well, because because the trend because trend is your friend. So always always trade accordingly to your trend. So the current trend is upwards trend, so I assume that it is very likely to continue. All right, so what shall we talk about next? So my next trading idea for today will be Euro USD, because the Euro USD, well, even though it's kind of moving sideways, I think there still is quite a lot of resistance on top of it, and I think we are very likely to see this price drop. And my next very interesting asset, right? So I've been holding this trade since the end of March, the last decade of March, and I still, as you can see, we have this very narrow price range here, and usually this kind of price range, whenever it is so small, so narrow, we can expect a pretty strong surge or the price plummeting because there is so much positions accumulating happening right now. So many traders are accumulating positions here, and others so accumulating upwards positions, and then other traders are currently betting for the price to drop. So my opinion here is, well, clearly we are looking for a breakout. It's kind of a very obvious breakout, unless the Central Bank of Japan might intervene and actually, take some action. And if this happens, so in only in case that happens, then the price will maybe the exchange rate will drop somewhere below 150. But at the same time, we have to take into very strong consideration the fact that, so as you can see, 150. So for a long time now, for a pretty long time now, price has been accumulating here above 150, and well, I mean, it's almost guaranteed that this breakout will happen in the upwards direction, and I would not be surprised if this happens within this week. And then on our webinar next week, we might see the USD JPY trading at much higher levels, somewhere at 155. So I think in the case this breakout happens rapidly, we might see a very strong surge upwards. All right. So this is my idea. I mean, once again, you don't have to follow my trading ideas because they are just my ideas. But what I'm sharing with you is I usually share some very obvious, some ideas that follow some rules of technical analysis. And so in this case, as you can see clearly, we are looking at a breakout above 152. I mean, this is very likely in my opinion, because yeah, it's like 152. Breakout can happen anytime soon. Alrighty, so what else shall we talk about today? So we talked about Brent, so let's now talk a little bit about gold. And as you can see, gold, well, I can if you compare this chart with the previous one, the USD JPY, you can clearly see the $2,000 mark, right? It's right here. Let me go ahead and add a horizontal line. Where is it? 2000. Let me find it. 2000. Right. Here it is. So let's make it a little thicker. We can also change the color. Let's make it golden because it's gold. So does anyone notice any similarities, right? So we had the previous high, and then another high, and then this another breakout attempt, another high, and currently we can see that the price was accumulating for a few months, at least a few months, probably 2 months, in this very narrow range again, but it was accumulating above 2000, not below, not under, but above. And then what did we see? Right, we saw this fine breakout. So this breakout, and then the price pushed upwards, and currently we are trading at 2330, and that's already 15% plus in during, well, pretty much since the 28th of February. And I think, yeah, on the last day of the leap February, so the leap year, this year is the leap year, is leap year, and on the last day of winter on February 29th, we saw this breakout, and now we are currently trading right here at 23,000. All right. I need a mentor. All right, I have this. I would like to read this question out loud from the chat. So the person named Isam says, I keep losing money on FTT. I need a mentor to help me trade FTT. Hello, can anyone help me? All right, so please leave your account number to this chat, and we will try to contact you. So I would also like to remind you guys that if your current service level is called expert, it permits to get not just risky trades. I want to say just risky trades, but it also allows you to get free consultations with experienced traders, our analysts from the VIP department, and we are always happy to help you out with your trading concerns, with your money management techniques, risk control, psychology of trading, and concrete trading strategies, which include indicators, also price action strategies, also Fibonacci, the Fibonacci levels strategies, and etc, etc, etc. So we have tons of materials, and usually the problem is to actually find out where do we begin, because as we all come from different trading backgrounds, some of you are more experienced, some of you are a little bit less experienced. So we try to figure out how we can help you, what kind of trader is in front of us, and we do our best. We always do our best trying to help traders trade more knowledgeably and to learn to figure out the necessary kind of patterns that they need in order to be profitable in the long perspective and even in the short perspective. All right, I know traders who become profitable just after a few trading consultations. We all learn at different pace, different speed, and some traders, they might become profitable traders within a few months. We also have a very small number, I would say, those who manage to become profitable from basically week one. So this, I wasn't one of those. I think I became profitable only after, well, 3, 4, 5, 6 months. And I mean, obviously I was making profits from week one, but it wasn't, I was also experiencing pretty heavy losses, and in the end of the day I was losing more than I was making. And only after very methodical, very routine work on my mistakes, on my trading journal, my trading diary, only then I managed to become a more or less profitable trader. And then as time passed by, I managed to become a consistently profitable trader. So this word consistency is very, very important, because it basically determines whether you are a successful trader in the long run, or because I mean, like, yeah, being profitable 1 week or 2 weeks in a month is not enough. You need to be able to close 1 month with a profit, the next month with a profit, March with profits, April with profits, June, July, etc. And the list goes on and on and on. All right. So Mr. Slimho Trading says, I'm good with FTT. I will learn Forex in future. So yeah, Forex is, in my opinion, it is an essential way of progression, of evolution of any trader. So we all start with FTT because FTT allows you to grow your capital at a pretty accelerated rate. But then the problem with FTT is that it's not really this kind of passive income or passive trading, because you always have to be there in front of your screen. You have to make trades. Well, I mean, you can make a lot of money and maybe don't trade that much, or maybe some traders I know, they trade during certain windows, certain time frames, certain time frames of maybe 1 hour, 2 hours, and then they like, you don't really have to trade 24/7. You do not have to be glued to the screen all the time. So you can just do it maybe, as I said, 1, 2, 3 hours per day, and that's enough. You can do this on the go with our mobile applications as well. But the point is that later on, once you start growing your capital, more and more people eventually start choosing Forex over FTT, because your capital grows. You just need, well, first of all, you need less time. Then Forex is a very nice mechanics which allows you to actually make a bigger number of mistakes, because you just need to have a few big winning trades that will cover up the losses of the previous, sometimes dozens of trades, and that is what you need. And it's no surprise that many traders over time they switch more to Forex, and me inclusively. So I trade more, I make more Forex trades, and my trading volumes are on Forex. And I mean, as I said, this is a perfect example. My current portfolio in this sub account pretty much speaks for itself, because as you can see, I did open this trade on gold. When was that? Like 1.5 months ago, and since then I've been enjoying this stable growth of profits. And it's like I did some analysis. I opened these trades, and ever since I've been holding on to these trades, enjoying these profits, and pretty much not having to spend a lot of time in front of my screen. I can check this from my portfolio from my mobile application, and all I need to do is from time to time update my stop loss and take profits in case I feel that the time has come to update them. My biggest problem is analysis. I'm horrible, and the nerves. Please help me with how to make long-term analysis that can yield more profits. Well, a quick answer is to do everything gradually. This is the most common exercise that any psychologist, any trading psychologist would recommend you do. Is you start with small amounts. You start with $1, and then you just learn. You open a trade, like say I now open a trade upwards or downwards, doesn't matter, and then I learn to hold this trade before it closes, either by take profit or by stop loss. So that is the number one exercise, is to actually gradually make yourself hold your winning positions, and also sometimes losing positions before your stop loss, to not close them manually, because this basically allows you to learn how to see it, how to stay, how to be in this position for a long time. Because problem number one that most traders face is that they close their winning trades a little too soon. So it's like if so I can only imagine what would have happened if I was like, I'm open this trade here and close it at 2100, and I would feel probably as I would be the happiest person in the world. And then 2 weeks later I open the chart and it's already trading at 2200, and I would be like, I would like start tearing hair on my head, because I would feel I would be enraged. I would be so angry. And that's a very common problem with trading, because as I said, people don't know how to hold their winning trades for a long time. They they close their winning positions a little too early, and they don't give themselves enough time, or they don't give their trades enough time to actually start returning enough profits. So that is problem number one with Forex. And then you do this exercise maybe for a few days, then you start doing it with bigger amount, like $5, and then you go up and you raise your investment amount to $10, and then you keep doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it gradually increasing the size, and that's how you get accustomed. That is how you get used to trading with higher amounts, and then and then in return you make profits. That's a fairly simple way to become profitable and to learn how to hold positions. So the key word here is gradually. So you always want to do everything gradually, consistently, and slowly. Just don't rush, don't push yourself into making unnecessary mistakes, unnecessary trades. Just don't open trades where there is no signal, there is no proper signal for this trade. So yeah, try to remember that. I think that's a very useful piece of advice that I've just told. All right, so yeah, I think this is it for today. I would like to thank you all for your attention today. I think it was a nice trading session that we did. We talked a little bit about theory, and let's see what happens with the prices next week. So as you can see, Bitcoin, it's very interesting. Would be very interesting to see whether we can reach, we'll be able to reach 75, 80, 85,000 within this week. And the same applies to Brent, other cryptocurrencies like Ripple, etc., etc., etc. So this is it for today. I would like to wish you a wonderful trading week full of joy, excitement, and profits. My name is Thomas, and I will see you very soon. Bye bye. Oh yeah, one final thing about Bitcoin halving. So please Google this, because basically halving is, in simple words, it is how much profits miners get for mining the next block, and every n years, every certain period, it basically shrinks by 50%. It's like it reduces by half, and that's usually associated with rally, because usually if you look at the statistics of the previous Bitcoin halvings, because it's now I don't know which one is that, like 10th, I don't know which one is that, which current number is, but yeah, as I said, it's it has to do with the revenue that miners get, and yeah, somehow this drives prices upwards. So this is it, my dear friends, and I would like to, as I said, well, have a wonderful trading week, have great profits, learn some new strategy, learn some new indicator, and I will see you next week. So have a good trading session today, tomorrow, and any next day.